Shalom. All praises to the Heavenly Father, Apukuya. Praise be to the earthly mother, the Pachamama, and all of her earthly angels, their Kadeshue. Praise be to the Holy Spirit, the Kahe. In the name of Hamashiach, Motsah the Lamb, unification to the nation. So guys, as I said a few days ago, there are many videos I actually want to make. There are topics that I want to touch on, but I can only touch on things that the Most High wants me to touch on. And what I mean by that is, I ask questions, and he answers me at pretty much certain times, almost when I'm ready for the information. Because I was trying to force my understanding of where the Euphrates River was. And I just gave up. I was like, you know what? This is confusing. Please just tell me where it is. Like, Father, can you just tell me where it is? I'm all ears. That's what I did. And I did that a few weeks ago. I asked them. I was like, listen, I don't know where it is. Tell me where it is, please. I also did the same thing with the Reed Sea or the Red Sea. So we're gonna get an answer on that eventually. I'm not doing no more guessing. I'm just gonna ask them when I can't find something. So I was trying to do different videos on, the origin of, the Olmec and the Jaredites, but he wants me to go here first. So it seems like this will be able to lead us to the answer for those other videos. At least that's my opinion. It seems that way. Because the Olmec, they have an origin in South America, right? So I don't know. There's stuff that we still have to unpack for the original lands before we can go into other lands, I should say. At least as far as my research. So we are going to start with the Amazon. That is not the right tab. Other research. So we're going to start with the Amazon. And as you know from the title, I'm saying that is the Euphrates River. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is at this point. On old maps, in Africa, they actually have the Niger River as called the Euphrates River. I didn't actually include it in this presentation, but if you guys want that, I can get it to you. I'll leave the link in the description. Just ask for it. And remind me, because I always forget to do things like that. But this map, it had it starting around here, right? Somewhere, right? And it moves like that. If you can see my mouse moving, it's like that. And I was wondering, well, where is the source of that? Right? Like, where is that coming from? And I figured, well, if Africa and South America were connected, where would that river have been coming from? Where would the Nile have been coming from? Because the Nile is supposed to have connected from here, right? From West Africa. The Nile, before it dried up a lot, it was connected. And it also went all the way down here, right? So I don't know. I just had to ask some questions, man. I had to ask some questions. And logic would tell me if Africa and South America were connected, then this river is coming from the Amazon River. And then I was just like, oh, so the Amazon is the Euphrates. And then when I actually looked into it, I was just like, wow, the Amazon is the Euphrates. So we're going to get to it, man. We're going to get to it. So first, we have to unpack some things. We have to find the source of the Amazon River. So there are three potential suitors for the source of the Amazon River. You have the Mar Anon, you have the Apu Ramak, and the Mantaro. These three rivers, right? So the source of the Apu Ramak is the Mismi. This is from a mountain, a glacier, right? In the Andes. They're saying that that's one place that it could be, right? Which is around here. It's a little bit. It's around there where my mouse is, right there. The next one, the Mar Anon, it comes from the Nevado de Yapura. It's another glacier, right? So you have two that come from glaciers, as far as their theories about where the source of the Amazon is coming from. And then you have a third. And the source of the Mantaro River is the Chinche Cucha, right? And it is the biggest lake that is not Lake Titicaca in Peru. Let me see. Did I open this tab? I don't even know if I did. Hopefully I did. Now this lake, Chinche Cocha, is also called Lake Junin. And they're saying that it translates to the northern lake. I don't know what this word is actually. Let's look that up real quick. Okay, it's some sort of cat. So let's read this. The headwaters of streams flowing into Lake Junin have been named as the most distant source of the Amazon River. The most distant source of the Amazon River. One of the three places proposed as the true source of the Amazon. You see that? Let's dig more on that. Now, first we have to get into Lower Mesopotamia and Upper Mesopotamia. In the Middle Ages, it was known as Sawad and El Jazira. Lower Jazira, and Jazira means island. So it is the lower island. The Lower Mesopotamia had to do with and Babylonia, not Babylon, but Babylonia and ancient Sumer. This is the place that Abraham came out of. Abraham was an ancient Brazilian, if you will. You know, I'm wondering if Brazil actually always looked like that. Like the people, the inhabitants, they always looked that mixed up. It seems that might have been the case. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. So you have Lower Mesopotamia. That has to do with of the Chaldees, Babylonia, and ancient Sumer. Let's go to Upper. Actually, no, I'm moving too fast. Sorry. Which strictly speaking designated only the southern alluvial plain. Now, what is a alluvial plain? And here it says Lower Mesopotamia was home to Sumer and Babylonia. What is an alluvial plain? An alluvial plain is a large flat landform created from the disposition of sediment over a long period of time by one or more rivers coming from highland regions, from which alluvial soil forms. And of course, these two rivers, as well as the other rivers that come from or that are flowing out to the Rio de la Plata, this is pretty much the lowlands. These would be alluvial plains, right? This is the giant marshland that Shayiri was in. So now let's go to Upper Mesopotamia. Upper Mesopotamia is the name used for the uplands and great outwash plain of northern West Iraq. Okay, whatever. This is also called El Jazira, or the island, also transliterated as these different words. The Euphrates and Tigris rivers transformed Mesopotamia into almost an island. No, that's not why it's called an island. It's called an island because it's a literal island. Come on now. But Upper Mesopotamia is the name used for the uplands. The uplands. Where we go over? Padam-Naram. Where was that? Up here in Bolivia. Lake Titicaca. That area. This was Upper Mesopotamia. They even said that this was one of the most populated places in all of South America. Was the upper highlands of Bolivia and Peru. Padam-Naram, Upper Mesopotamia. Right? Let's continue. And I also found out where Atlantis is. Because Atlantis, it was always in reference to South America. If you look on maps, they refer to South America as Atlantis. But South America didn't sink. No, it was somewhere in South America that sunk. It wasn't, it could have been, like, I was just speaking to a brother today, and he was telling me how, Atlantis was a place in the Bermuda Triangle. If you guys remember, I actually did say that theory, but I just don't know, right? It could have been, like, there could be multiple Atlantises, I don't know, but I'm saying the story of Atlantis sounds like what happened in Bolivia. And there's a whole website dedicated to the research of that. This website is called atlantisbolivia.org. And they have a little play, Atlantis, and the is Bolivia, the real Atlantis. And it talks about the different ancient kingdoms of Tiwanaku or Padam-Naram. So I'll leave this link in the description. You guys can check it out because I get a lot. I get a lot of some. Well, I want to say a lot. I just get some stuff from this place. I could get way more, but I don't really get into that deep of research on this channel. I kind of just do surface level stuff, and eventually I do it on my own because I expect you guys to do it on your own. But when I make different material, I might get into more detail later on. I just don't like people depending on me, to research anything. Like, you can always do it for yourself. I believe in you. You just have to ask the Most High. That's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is asking, and I get answers, and I tell you. But anyway, there is a sunken city under Lake Titicaca, bro. Literally. So that's why I'm like, that sounds like Atlantis, bro. There's a whole city sunken underneath this place. So that's why I'm like, I think this was Atlantis. But moving on, we're not even talking about that. Let's get back to the Euphrates dig. So we have 3 different places, right? And I'm telling you that I think it was Chichecocha or Lake Junin. Let's go to the Book of Remembrance of our ancient grandmothers, the Essene of Haggai. See, one word can lead me down in it, like pretty much in the right direction entirely, right? And I looked and I saw a strange and ancient land, And I said to the Lord, what is this place? And the Lord said, it is the land of the western gate of Eden. Now write according to that which you see and hear. And it came to pass that 4 scribes recorded my words, and the vision that came by Urim. And it came to pass that I saw eastward from the headwaters of Euphrates, over against the mountain called Mahuja. So this place is actually in the same place as the Euphrates River, and if that's South America, then Mahuja's in South America. Then Elam's in South America. So again, the the rabbit hole gets deep, bro. And there is a hill called Pitach. And that's Mount Zion pretty much. So that's not what I was actually focusing on. I'm actually paying attention to this word, the headwaters of Euphrates. So I have to look up, well, what does headwaters mean? Headwater streams are the smallest parts of the river and stream networks, but make up the majority of river miles in the United States. They are part of the rivers furthest from the river's endpoint, or confluence with another stream. So they are the furthest away from the actual river, right? They are the beginning of the river. So near the beginning of the Euphrates River is Mount Sion, right? There's Mount Hermon, Mount Sion. So according to this, if the Euphrates River's over there, then Mount Sion's over there, and then Jerusalem's over there, and that's not the case. So it's here. And where is it going to? This is Lake Chinchecocha right here. So Mount Sion must be somewhere close by to here. Somewhere close by. Somewhere close by. Where do I want to go to next? So I'm going to show you why I'm saying that this is the location. I'm going to show you. Let's go to the Euphrates River. And what does the word Euphrates mean? The ancient Greek form Euphrates means good. I declare or announce. But let's get, you know what? Stop beating around the bush. Hold on. The Elamite, Akkadian, and possibly Sumerian forms are suggested to be from an unrecorded substrate language. And these people suggest the Proto-Sumerian Barbuda, or copper, as an origin, with the explanation that Euphrates was a river by which copper ore was transported in rafts, since Mesopotamia was the center of copper metallurgy during the period. It is the center of copper, right? Mesopotamia was the center of copper. Hold up. See, if I would have known that, all it takes is a quick Google search, and you will find where Mesopotamia was. It's a quick Google. I'm telling you, it's literally a quick Google search. Where does most of the world's copper come from? Chile, the world's leading copper producer by far, produced an estimated 5.7 million metric tons. And it's not even close. Look at that graph. It's not close, bro. Look at all this. Where is the copper? It's on the coastline of South America. Mesopotamia. Right? You had Lower Mesopotamia and you had Upper Mesopotamia. And what is the Euphrates known for? The transportation of copper. Where is the headwaters of the Amazon? Right here. Now let's look into the Lake Junin, and let's see, does Lake Junin have copper? Well, this right here, Anticocha, comes from the Quechua, and it means copper lake. And this is right next to the Junin Lake, right? But let's look at the Junin Lake itself, the source of the Amazon River. Actually, I don't even need to read this, but actually, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Sorry. Here we show fluxes of lithogenic metals that reflect changes in wind strength and aridity Fluxes of lithogenic metals isotopes that reflect wind direction and enrichment factors of metals. And you have these different ones. But what is one of them that's here? Cu. What is Cu? Copper. If that's not enough, I got more. This is a body bag right here. Today, most of 50 centimeter of settlement in Lake Junin, or Lake I forgot the Quechua word for it, but it contains all these different tons. You have 60,000, almost 900,000, and 40,000 metric tons of copper, zinc, and I don't know what PP is, but look at that. Copper again. Look at all this copper that's in this lake. Come on, man. Now we're going to get into the Tigris real quick before I end the video. According to the Spanish invaders who occupied the country in the mid-1500s, the name is made up of two words spoken by the people known as the Garurani, or the Garani. There exists much debate over the origin of the words, some scholars professing that para, meaning water, and guay, which roughly translates to birth, indicates that Paraguay means born of water or a river that gives birth to the sea. Others say that para means great river, and gua means from or to, and y means water, making it water from the great river. But either way, it's a reference to a great river, right? Now, let's go here real quick. So, where do I start? Let's start here. The water generated by heavy seasonal rains would flow downstream in far greater volume and speed than at the present. It's talking about the Paraguay River. But because they periodically drain this river so it doesn't flood, it doesn't move as fast. But usually this river moves very fast and it floods, right? It floods a lot and it moves very fast because of the rainy season. So you have the word, the actual word Paraguay, it means great river, or a river that births many rivers, or what have you, right? And it's also a river that is very turbulent, but not anymore because they're controlling the waters. Let's look at the etymology of the word Tigris. The ancient Greek from the form Tigris, meaning tiger, was adapted from Old Persian, itself from Elamite, itself from Sumerian. The original Sumerian was probably from running water. It means running water. That is what the Tigris word, or the Tigris River, was originally called, and that's what it meant. It meant running water, which can be interpreted as the swift river, in contrast to its neighbor, the Euphrates, whose leisurely pace caused it to deposit more silt and build up a higher bed than the Tigris. The Sumerian form was borrowed into Akkadian. Now look, let's go down. Another name for the Tigris, used in Middle Persian, was literally swift river. Today, however, and let's skip down, in Kurdish it is known as Avamizin, the great water. So there you go, man. Tigris and the Euphrates River. Let me know what you guys think. But it makes a lot of sense to me. Now, it said that he went in a land between two rivers. Was he just talk was when it said that in Haggai, was it talking about these two rivers or was it talking about these two rivers? Because it didn't say that this was the Tigris and Euphrates. It just said that, it was between two rivers and it had a salt sea. So was he talking about the two rivers down here and the salt sea down here? Or was he talking about the two rivers right here and Lake Titicaca? It's hard to say, but we're going to keep digging. You already know. That's all I have, guys. I'll see you in the next one. May peace be with you. Selah Kula.